When you make content online, one thing you're inevitably gonna run into is hate. Haters are a species we're all familiar with. They're a type of omnivore that feeds primarily on bullshit, usually small and not particularly dangerous on their own. They tend to hunt in packs because of their dismal overall strength and lack of planning, which we can attribute to them generally not being that smart. Here's 5 of the strangest hater behaviors. One way haters try to spread hate is by insisting you don't know what you're talking about. Something you may encounter often when dealing with them is they'll do silly little things like try to tell you you're stupid in the form of a 2-sentence complaint with 12 spelling errors in it. You'll never make it. This is garbage. Just give up. These are things that they'll read off of a list because it's a list of things people have always said to them, and they hope that if they can push it off onto you, it'll make them feel better. They're kind of like a random aggressive goose. They'll charge anything they think they can scare off, but when you see through their bluff, everything goes downhill for them pretty quickly. Insulting things they don't understand. Ironically, I make these videos to share interesting facts more than anything else because I like to spread positivity, feed the good people good information, and get others interested in animals. So I wasn't surprised at all to find there's sad little guys out there who feel threatened by everything, including a random person on the internet talking about lizards. If you disagree with the fact I was presenting, I want you to know, since nobody ever told you, that it's okay to say, "I don't understand this," and then walk away. I'm not gonna slap you across the face for the crime of being wrong or curious. I'm not your dad. I'm here to give you facts and let you do whatever you will with them. If you want to absorb some good energy and share with others, great. Welcome, snacks are over there. If you'd rather walk in, cry about what you don't know, and then leave, that's cool. But unfortunately, the door is now locked, and if you want the keys, you'll have to take them from Mr. Snuggles. Going out of their way to consume media they supposedly don't like. Notice the thumbnail for this video. I don't know what possessed you to click on it, assuming you don't want to hear arguments for why snakes are actually cool. I genuinely wonder what goes through one's mind when they see something they know they hate and their hands are forced to slowly drag their cursor over and click on the thing that's offended them so. I'm sorry I don't understand how hard it is to have to sit through a painstakingly long 5-minute and 29-second video of someone saying something you don't agree with, unable to at any point will yourself over to one of the millions of other videos on this tiny niche little website to cleanse your refined palate of my reptile-loving garbage. Getting mad when their tactics don't work. This is a big one. You see, after studying the art of fatherless behavior for years now, I can safely say that the methods these individuals use are often the same across the board. First, when they encounter something that offends them, they freeze up, much like a deer hearing a twig snap in the nearby foliage. Just like this graceful animal, the hater is so consumed by fear that they can't think clearly and often resort to acting erratically, or in this case, typing the first thing that comes to mind, hoping they can discourage someone else like everyone else does to them. Assuming their ultimate goal is just to ruin a creator's day with mean words, maybe make someone feel bad about themselves, or just quit altogether. But frankly, people like you motivate me. Knowing there's folks out there that spend their entire day looking for fights to start and people to hassle just reminds me why I do this. I'm gonna do my best to saturate this website with snakes and other reptile stuff for as long as I'm able, because whether you realize you're wrong and admit to it, or just continue to get upset because you don't know how to contest my arguments with logic, I know I've done what I set out to do. Number 1. Beg for attention like a toddler. Last but not least, assuming you're still here so you can try to respond or keep hating on my content, I know what you are. You clicked on this video just like the last one because you felt like what you had to say was so important that you had to share it with the world. Oh wait. That's not right. You actually just wanted attention because you've never gotten it from behaving and being normal. You know, for a fact, that if you say something negative, it will elicit a response. And that's why instead of speaking softly and risking being ignored, you'd rather come in yelling and screaming, because any attention you get is good attention, right? I can tell you were the kid whose mission every day in school was to be so disruptive that the teacher couldn't get through a lesson because you didn't understand it, and sabotaging the rest of the class was easier than admitting you don't have the willpower to sit down and learn. With this in mind, I'm going to say this to you really slowly, so maybe you'll absorb it this time. And here, I'll even hold your hand. You're not hurting or intimidating anybody. Frankly, I find you absolutely adorable, and I invite you to stick around, either so we can become friends or so I can roast marshmallows over the flames of your apparent rage. Now, with all that out of the way, here's some animal facts to cleanse our palate. Crocodilians are known to live incredibly long lives and don't need to eat as often as me or you due to having a slow metabolism. In extreme cases, larger saltwater crocodiles have been known to survive more than a year without food. Salties also live 60 to 70 years on average, and they often get to over 100 years old. Although the growth rate of these graceful leather bear traps slows down gradually as they age, they're known to never truly stop growing for as long as they're alive. The blue-tongued skink is a sausage on stumpy little legs, and one of the best things they're known for is of course their blue tongue, which they'll stick out at threats. But it's not blue because they've had too many blueberry airheads, it's because of a natural pigment in the tongue. This is called aposematic coloring, and it means it flashes a bright, unnatural looking color with a part of its body that's meant to say back off, you don't want to mess with me, like the striking black and yellow you see on bees. Unless you're a bug, they're not actually that dangerous on their own with no venom or poison to back it up though. Sometimes just flashing the colors is enough. The plain hognose snake is a relatively small snake. They're venomous, but in a way that's not usually too dangerous to the majority of humans. They're a favorite among snake enthusiasts with their shovel nose and adorably round little eyes, and famously their ability to roll over and play dead in a fashion that will put any method actor to shame. They only do this when they feel threatened, however, which couples well with their tendency to put off a foul odor and refuse to stay upright even if you manually flick them. And like most snakes, they'd rather be hiding away anyway. In this case, under the ground where they can put that shovel nose to use. The title for the oldest living land animal is currently held by a Sicilian giant tortoise named Jonathan. He was born before the year 1932 and is currently estimated to be around 194 years old. Tortoises and turtles are known for being long-lived, but whether you knew that or not, it's hard to imagine a regular animal that's older than the unification of Italy. There are some overlaps and outliers, but if you want to tell if it's a tortoise or a turtle, tortoises will have more of a dome shape to their shell, look like an old man in the face, and generally can't swim. There are tortoises like the redfoot though that can swim okay, but are much more comfortable on land. If you have an animal you're curious about or want to hear me talk about, leave it in the comments below. See you soon.
If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on a spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low.